Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you for joining our product tour for fall of 2024, live here from New York City. It definitely feels like fall here. So let me know where you're joining from. We'll get started in just about 1 minute.
I see Mayor Lee from Portland. I had the opportunity to meet with Mayor Lee a couple months back in their office. I also see Christina, shout out to Wisconsin, where I've been in Madison for past 8 years. So always love seeing some fellow Scotties.
Love that. I'm seeing New York City with a lot of freezing cold emojis, which is very on brand today. Wow, so many people from all over the place. Thank you all for joining us today. Let's get started, shall we? All right, welcome in again. We're going to go into the next slide. My name is Drina Ventura. I'm the Director of Product Marketing here at OpenAsset, and I am so excited to be here with you today. And joining me, as you see here on the Zoom stage, are two incredible colleagues. Hillary Zonlak is our Director and Queen of Product here at OpenAsset, whose expertise has really been instrumental in shaping some of the best features in our platform that you will see today. And we have CJ Teeter, who is our customer marketing manager and truly a product expert. So CJ will be showcasing how OpenAsset delivers value, sharing real use cases, and of course, customer stories along the way. Now, a quick reminder that we do have a Q&A session. So please use the Q&A button at the bottom to submit any questions that you can ask along the way, and we'll address them throughout or during our Q&A portion at the end. One note and a disclaimer before we start. Some of the features that we'll be showcasing are in closed beta, so they're still in testing today. We'll also touch on some concepts that are currently in research development. Now, what to expect today? A brief overview of OpenAsset, a live product tour demonstrating how our customers use OpenAsset in their workflows today, an exciting preview of our upcoming feature text library from Hillary Zondlak, our queen, and finally, a dedicated Q&A portion. And another thing that we'll be doing, I'll be launching polls throughout the webinar. So please engage with that poll. We'd love to get to know the audience. Thank you so much for already putting in the chat where you're joining us from. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to CJ to kick things off with an overview of OpenAsset and take us right into the product tour, a live product tour. CJ, take it away.
Wonderful. Thank you, Drina, for the wonderful introduction, the glowing introduction. As she mentioned, my name's CJ. I'm the customer marketing manager here at OpenAsset. Recently transitioned from a role on the customer success team, so it is really great to see some familiar names on the webinar dropping into the chat. For those of you that are new to OpenAsset, as a quick introduction, we help AEC firms all over the world centralize their digital assets, quickly create branded proposals, resumes, and other marketing collateral, and ultimately win more business. So we focus exclusively on AEC. So the system is built to work the way that you all do, integrating with tools that you use every day. We'll hit on these throughout the product tour, things like InDesign for document creation, Uninet and Deltek to streamline your firm's project and employee data, and WordPress to seamlessly push content, photos, project employee information directly from OpenAsset into your website. Very grateful to work with such wonderful clients with a team that's so passionate about empowering and elevating our AEC marketers. One more slide here. As I mentioned, one of the key things that makes OpenAsset unique is our focus on AEC. So we understand the AEC marketing challenges today, including resource constraints. So we've heard many folks are overwhelmed just by the sheer volume of proposal support activities and content creation needs. Scattered content sources, photos, project employee information that live in multiple places. Maybe you've got some in Word docs, InDesign files, some in the CRM, a lot of things in people's heads, as we all know. So this can just be inefficient and lead to errors. OpenAsset really strives to help solve these and other challenges by not just being a centralized place where you can store and access your files and info, but really with a focus on helping teams and taking it a step further as they are creating materials. So creating branded collateral, things like resumes, project sheets, and presentations, and sharing content with others, showcasing their work, their experience, and what makes them unique. So with that, I see a couple polls popping up. I'll go ahead and get out of this deck and let's look like what all of that looks like in action. So let me do that. All right, so here's the system where your firm's projects will live. They're easily searchable a few different ways. So you can quickly search for a project just by typing in the name, as you can see, and any of the results will pop up. Or using keywords to find projects by things like sector, location, or any other way that your firm categorizes your projects. Now, these will be unique to your firm. So for example, a landscape architecture firm's keyword taxonomy will probably look a lot different than a construction firm's. So I can quickly drill down to find the projects that fit my criteria for what I'm looking for in just a couple clicks. So maybe I'm looking for work that we've done in the US, specifically taking that one step further in the residential sector. So I've quickly narrowed down my list of results to just those two projects. Now, these keywords and some other project data, which we'll get to in just a second, can be configured manually, or it can be pulled in through one of our integrations, such as with Deltek and Uninet, as you can see here. Now, these integrations really help keep data consistent across your systems, reducing the need for manual updates and ensuring that the collateral exported out of OpenAsset, again, like those project sheets, like those resumes that we'll demo in just a couple minutes, are always up to date. Go ahead and hit a quick reset. Now you can also view your firm's work on a map view. This is a pretty cool way to visualize your projects around the world. I've talked with some of our clients that found this tool to be really helpful, especially as new folks are getting up and running with their firm. They're familiarizing themselves with the firm, with the work. And so this is a cool way where you can kind of click around a country, around the world, and see where your firm has done projects and click into those projects to learn more. All right, so let's click into a specific project profile and take a look at what that looks like. So we'll choose this Copperlight Apartments. So this is where you'll have all the information and content related to your projects on this one page. So this, as you can see, includes project data such as description, um, client name, dates like start date and completion date, show on website, a little teaser for the WordPress plugin later. Scrolling down, you've got those keywords that are attached to this specific project, making the project and all the images and files associated with it instantly searchable by that criteria. You've got the location of this project, and here are the employees also. You can attach and tie together your employees and your projects to see who has worked on what project and what role they played on those projects. And then, of course, last but not least, is your files. So these are all of the files that are associated with this particular project. This could include project photos, drawings, renderings, and other types of content. All right. So just quickly heading over um, to the fields and the keywords tab, you can see here that the data is being pulled in this example from Deltek. So many of our clients leverage an integration even just by starting to map a few fields or keywords, maybe just the project description, name, and the code, maybe a couple of keywords here. So then what they have are their projects synced to OpenAsset, ready to upload photos to. Back to the overview tab, you can generate branded templates, things like project sheets, resumes, and presentations in seconds, which we're going to get to in just a couple of minutes to actually see what that looks like. You're able to generate those into InDesign, Word, PowerPoint. So now that we have reviewed the project profile, let's hop over and check out how employees work in the system. And we'll choose Christina as an example. So here looks pretty similar to that project profile page. You can see Christina's info, her bio, job title, education, certification info. Again, all this customized for your firm. You can see the projects that Christina has worked on, and you have the files associated and attached to Christina's profile. So we released a really awesome facial recognition tool earlier this summer to automatically attach files of employees to their profiles. So things like, of course, headshots, but also maybe photos of folks at conferences, at holiday parties, maybe at a Open Asset hosted SMPS happy hour. What the tool does is looks and matches and attaches photos directly to the employee profile here. So we've walked through projects, we've walked through employees. Let's get into your project photos and other content. So I'm going to hit return here, and we're on our projects tab. So in your Open Asset system, you can store not just project photos, but other types of content as well. So you can see on this drop down some examples of different types of content that we see our clients storing in Open Asset. Of course, we got our project files, photos, other files, employee files, headshots, and group shots. Then perhaps we have something like a brand files category. So here you're able to store things like logos, brand guides, PDFs. And then one more example, maybe we have a project sheets category where you're able to store your project sheets for Open Asset, all easily accessible across your whole team. So let's say that we are looking for work that we've done in um, the corporate sector. So we can start to type in the name of that. I've got 255 files in my demo instance. Our clients typically have more than that. So we've got those drilled down to 55 and taking that one step further, specifically in New York. So with 2 quick searches, I've narrowed down my results to 20 files that I'm able to use that match that criteria. So you can see how easy it is to do that. Now here's the really cool part. Using a simple green, yellow, and red traffic light system, you can make sure that your team can only see and use approved content. You can also control with permissions what groups have access to different types of content. So we often see for a lot of users in the system, the admins of the system say, hey, we only want this group of users to see our green approved content. Very easy to do that through the permissions in the system. So typically greens are like the approved content, or you have full rights. Maybe yellow are limited rights, red are confidential. The terminology is customizable, but that's a common example of what we see being used by our clients. Now, additionally, you can see, scrolling up a little bit, that you can set a customizable ranking system for your files. So most often we see this used to indicate a preference for use. So for example, rank 1, maybe those are our hero images, our best of the best. Rank 2 are other completed project photos, and rank 3 are kind of everything else and just those for reference. So this really lets you, again, kind of indicate that preference for use, and you can sort and set all these sorts of options to elevate the best approved content to the top of the page when your team is searching for the right content to use for the task at hand. We hear all the time, like, our team uses the same photos because they know where they are and they just kind of recycle and keep using them. We have better ones. It drives us crazy. So this is really meant to help solve that problem by making sure that your team is using the best content available and gives you the peace of mind that you know it's been approved for use. So this first image here, let's click into this and let's say that this is a great photo and I'm looking to find more like it. We'll click into that and over on this similar tab. So here, leveraging AI, the system will find photos across your whole content library with a similar look and feel. So it's a really awesome tool to discover photos maybe that you had forgotten about, weren't even aware of in the first place. Or like in this example, I'm someone that says, hey, I love this photo. I want to find more like it. So you're able to leverage the AI to find those. You can restrict to the same project that this file is associated with if you would like. Otherwise, you can look across your entire library. So continuing, now that we are on the topic of AI, I think that it makes sense to check out a live demo of our AI visual search. Let me go ahead and clear out all of my searches, head back to the projects tab. So I've been at OpenAsset for actually 2 years as of tomorrow, which is crazy. And over that time, our product and engineering team have released some really amazing updates to the system. Portals to share content with others. Hillary worked a ton on that. Super proud of that. Awesome to see how clients are using that out in the wild. We'll get to that in just a couple of minutes. Other things, the WordPress connector to, again, integrate OpenAsset with your WordPress websites, AI facial recognition, all really awesome things. That being said, this one might be the one that I'm most excited about and is really going to be a game changer for our clients. I think Text Library will give it a good run for its money. You'll be seeing a demo from Hillary here in a little bit. But with this tool, you can quickly search your entire library for files based on natural language and by the visual content they depict without the need for file keywords. So let's run through a few examples. You can see in the top search bar here that there's an option for you to toggle back and forth between the traditional OpenAsset search, where you find files based on your data in the system, and the AI visual search, where you find files based on what's visually represented in them. So just a couple of examples. Say I'm looking for like a really picturesque scene for a piece of content I'm working on. I want to find construction. Cool, so we've got 84 files. That's a good start. But you know what? I'm actually looking to drill down a little further and say, show me photos at sunset. So you can see here, we've got those photos of sunsets that include the construction, and I'm able to quickly find those and kind of modify my search based on what I'm looking for. So maybe you're looking to showcase your team. You can type people at the office, type that in, boom, you've got them there. Just one or two more quickly. Maybe you're looking for something a little more specific, like a specific photo from construction, like a more AEC specific term. Let's go ahead and look at like concrete pour, just as an example. You'll be able to see those. Then one last one. I think everyone is starting to get the idea of how this works. Trees inside. You're looking maybe for some precedent imagery or something like that. You're able to leverage the AI search to find those sorts of photos. So this is where it gets really cool. Using the AI visual search and pairing it with your firm's specific data. So things that we reviewed like sector and location. So I'm going to clear my search out and start with dining. Cool. So we've got some photos there. That's a great start. I'm going to hop over and toggle to my other search button. And specifically, I want to find photos of dining setups in work that we have done in the corporate sector. So now that's where you're really pairing the data and the visual search to find what you want. One last example that I'll give here is let's do visual search and say looking for glass buildings. There are those results. We'll toggle back over and in Oklahoma City specifically. I'm from the Midwest, so had to show a little love there to another Midwest city. Can't let the New York cities and the London get all the focus in the demo. So here we've got exactly what I'm looking for, pairing the data with what's visually represented in the photo. Now, a quick update on this feature. We are currently in beta, targeting early December for launch, which is coming up quick. So we are very, very excited for our wonderful clients that are on this webinar. We'll be communicating more information to you prior to that date with all of the important and helpful information. One last thing before we move on the security side, your data stays within your OpenAsset instance. So images are not shared externally or used to train the AI, ensuring full data privacy. So we recently achieved SOC 2 compliancy, which we're very excited about, and take data protection extremely seriously. Okay. Next up, let's go ahead and clear the search out. I'm going to go back to my projects tab here. So we found the content. Now, how are we able to use it? So this is where we get to the ability for OpenAsset to enable your team to create collateral. This is where things get really exciting. So let's walk through a few use cases to help demo these workflows. So let's start with the first use case, a marketing coordinator working on an InDesign document. So I'm going to find a specific project that I have in mind, this Media City UK, and let's pop open the files that are attached to this project. So I've got those 20 files here. I'm going to make my screen a little bit smaller, and let's say this is the InDesign document that I'm working on. So what I'm able to do is drag and drop files directly from OpenAsset into tools that you use every day. In this case, InDesign. So I've got the file, I drop that in here, and you can see that it drops nice and neat here. Just one other quick example, maybe I want to use this file as well. Now you can kind of click, hold, drag, and drop. So here you can see, and I'll make this a little bigger, so hopefully, I guess that didn't do much to the plugin, but hopefully y'all can see this, that when you use the plugin, images are linked directly to the file in the OpenAsset cloud, ensuring no more of those pesky broken links that we all hate. So the plugin initially imports your lower res images for your working document, and then you can download to full res during the packaging process and when you're all ready to go. All right. So let me go back here and make this a little bit bigger again, clear our search out, projects tab. We are on to our next use case. So let's say in this scenario that you are a proposal manager working naturally on a proposal and need to pull together some collateral. So maybe a couple of project sheets or case studies, some employee resumes, maybe a PowerPoint presentation. So let's say that specifically for this proposal, I want to find work that we have done in the kind of interior design space. So I'm going to go here using my keywords. Looks like we've got those projects. I can quickly select all and now export. So these will always be your branded templates that we set up for you, configuring the styling, the formatting, the logos, and the fonts to match your collateral. So first up, let's go ahead and generate some project sheets. You can choose InDesign here, and we'll just choose the sample project sheet. Some of our clients maybe have a couple different ones, like a landscape and a portrait. We're certainly able to do that. So let's export this and take a look at what we have. Open this up. All right, so now what you can see, I've got a couple of branded project sheets all ready to go in seconds, pulling in, scooch that out of the way, the relevant data, description, and sector, sustainability, again, all determined by what you want to pull in and where you want it to pull in. And of course, your best images directly from the OpenAsset's system. All right, now next up, try to keep the window hopping to a minimum here on one screen. Let's generate those resumes. So I'm going to close this out, do my reset here. Let's pop over to the Employees tab. All right. And for this example, let's choose Catherine, Andres, and Christina. All right. Selected, just like I did with the project sheets, go ahead and hit export. And let's choose InDesign again, but maybe if you use Word for your resumes, that's no problem at all. We can work with that. And we'll choose the sample resume. Hit continue. All right, now we've got a step before these resumes are launched. So everything here is linked. That's the really cool part about OpenAsset. So you've got your employees selected. Now you've also got your roles and descriptions, your project data. So you can easily select the projects relevant to the proposal that you're working on. Maybe Catherine has worked on a bunch of projects at our firm over the years. I don't, of course, need to include every single project, only those that are relevant. So in this case, what did I do? I did interior design for the service. So I'm going to scooch this over just to make it a little easier to see. Let's sort by service. And I just want to, let's just select these two to include on the resume. I can change the order if I'd like by manually dragging, or we've got a number of sort options. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for our friend Andres. And last but not least, Christina. All right. So once we are good to go there, generate the documents, wait for it, and open it up. Let's take a look. All right. So here you have your resumes for Andres, for Catherine, and for Christina, pulling in the headshots, employee info, and the specific roles. Here's where that magic happens based on your selections that I chose to include. Now, you and your team can make tweaks if you'd like to these documents that are generated out of OpenAsset, but this workflow really helps to save our clients heaps of time when pulling together these sorts of documents and helps to ensure brand consistency through the proposal process. Now, to wrap up templates, another really cool part about this is whether they be case studies, project sheets, resumes, presentations. Say you have some new information to update for a project, or maybe an employee earns a new certification. As long as those updates are made in the OpenAsset's system, then your templates will be automatically updated going forward. Another example, I was recently working with a client that went through a rebranding. And instead of updating a ton of internal documents with their new logo and styling and formatting, our team updated their project sheet template in OpenAsset, and boom, they were all good to go from there, saving them a bunch of time from having to slog through that manually. All right. So moving on, quick time check. Think we are pacing well. Love it. Let's go ahead and we've got just one or two more use cases to cover. So let's hop into, say, a director of marketing. I was actually just speaking with the director of marketing at one of our clients who wanted to send a client some examples of work that their firm had done in the residential sector. So let's take a look at how we can do that. This was something, as I mentioned, very near and dear to our wonderful product manager, Hillary's heart. Really, really awesome feature. And what this does is it allows you to quickly pull content and project information together from across your system and share it with others. The key there being not just the files and the photos themselves, but the corresponding project data to really tie it all together. Now, this can be shared with external folks such as contractors, local media or clients, or with internal colleagues. Maybe and I'll open this up while I give some examples just so you can see what that looks like. Maybe internal folks. So maybe a team member is heading to a meeting or is at a conference and would like to show someone some project photos quickly. You're able to spin up a portal, and this is what you would have and what the recipient would see. So you've got a collection of photos organized by project if you're including photos from multiple projects, along with, again, the kicker is the contextual project information, which is completely customizable. You don't have to include project information. If you do, you can pick and choose what you want to include. And that, again, helps really just tell the story and provide some more information behind just the photos themselves. So perfect. I was just doing another quick time check. One last thing that I'll say on portals is you do have the ability as the creator to choose whether you want to give recipients the ability to download images or not. So like this portal, you can simply make them view only. Or if you do want to give them the ability to download, you can choose which size. So very handy feature there. All right, now this feature is live and ready to go. So for those of you that maybe haven't tried it yet, definitely encourage you to check it out and play around with it. And hopefully it's a helpful tool for you as you are sharing content with others. There's a quick video tip the first time that you do it. So hopefully that's helpful. Great, so to wrap up the use cases, we'll do one more. And let's say that this example, I'm going to get out of this. So we're going to walk through an example of team members in BD or sales leveraging OpenAsset to quickly pull together quals packages. We've actually been seeing this more and more across our client base. Our CSMs are having more conversations around this workflow. It's a really cool way to leverage OpenAsset outside of just your marketing team to help win more projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this project sheets category, and I'll choose a couple of project sheets that I've got in my system quickly. So let's choose those two. Next up, let's head over to brand files, and I'm going to pull some PDFs that we've uploaded to the system. So our approach, our mission and vision, maybe we've got like a cover page and a back page. So you can see those have been adding to my selected tab. And now what you're able to do is reorder that selection. So maybe this is the cover page. Then I want to show our vision, mission, and approach with the case studies. Go ahead and hit done. Once I'm all set there, quickly export that into a combined PDF, generate, and let's quickly take a look at what that looks like for our last example. So here, what we have is a single PDF that I put together in just a couple clicks that includes those cover pages, vision, mission, our approach, and here's those case studies ready to ship out. Awesome. So let's go ahead and wrap up the demo by just quickly walking through another recent release, which is our WordPress plugin. Mentioned it a couple of times, so let me go ahead and just get my right tabs here. See, I don't think that I need that one anymore. So on a high level, the plugin enables AEC firms to efficiently showcase projects, team profiles, and marketing ready images directly from OpenAsset to their WordPress websites. So this really helps cut out data duplication and admin work, and it simplifies workflows, helping marketing and web developers easily keep content fresh and aligned with the latest work and the latest updates. As you can see here, it's available in the WordPress marketplace right here, and a subscription to the plugin is available through OpenAsset. So, quick spin through how it works. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Hopefully everyone is able to see okay. So step one, I'm going to go ahead and head over to this Open Asset tab and click on the data options. So what we have here is you're able to configure what projects, file, and employee information you want to pull from Open Asset to your site. You've got complete control there. Now you do have the option to only get images or projects that are selected to show on website. So you see that option here. And let me go back to my Open Assets site to show you kind of how that works. So let's go to our Fields Manager. What you are able to do is create a Show on Website field for your projects and on the file level. So now what's going to happen is, on your projects, if that is tagged to yes, those projects are going to be pushed to your WordPress site. If it's not, it's not. So you have complete control, super easy. Again, same goes for the files. You choose maybe the 4, 5, 6, however many photos you want to push to your website, simply toggling that field on the file view. All right, so just to finish up the WordPress, just to kind of allow you to see what that actually looks like, let's click on our projects tab now. So here you see the projects that I chose to sync over from OpenAsset to my WordPress site, and you can see the employees as well. So if you use the employee module, you're able to, again, sync both projects and employees. Going back to projects, now here is where if I, for example, click on Copperlight Apartments, I'm going to go ahead and view that, and let's do that in a new tab. You can see this synced to the WordPress site with the data that I chose to push over. Going back to our projects here, we've got the list of projects. You're able to filter, you're able to search. We've got our employees here. Now, many of you may be asking, clients can use one of a couple branded templates that we have, which then just require some styling adjustments to match to your existing website. Alternatively, you can create a fully custom UI, simply leveraging the data from OpenAsset to pull into your WordPress instance and then really style it to your specific needs and let your web developer take that over. So an analogy that a partner of ours gave that I really like is, in that case, really think of OpenAsset as the ingredients, and then the web developer takes all those ingredients, it's brought to the chef's kitchen, and they're the ones that are making the recipe. So that would be really them tailoring that specifically for your specific websites and the layouts and the styling. So with that, thank you so much for kind of joining me in the demo for our clients. Really excited to keep bringing new enhancements to help you and your team be more efficient, successful, and enjoy your work more. For our new friends, really excited to help you streamline your proposal process, boost your team's workflows. I think next up, I'm going to pass it off to Hillary and walk through the text library.
Awesome. Thank you so much, CJ. All that talk about recipes is making me hungry. All right, so let's talk about our new feature coming soon of our text library. So for our open asset clients on the call, we know that y'all are taking your visual assets and you are already centralizing them within Open Asset. You know if you need images or project information, the place to go is Open Asset. So you grab your images, you grab your project information, your employee information, and you're well on your way to creating a winning, stunning proposal. However, there's a lot of text that you're reusing over and over again in those proposals, in those brochures, and it might still be in chaos. It's on a drive somewhere. It's on John's drive, but John is on holiday, so now you can't get it. It's in a OneNote. It's in a template somewhere. It is all over the place, and that is frustrating. It's inefficient. It takes forever to find it, and it's just really annoying. Now, with the new text library, you'll be able to do the same thing with your visual assets. You'll be able to do that with your text assets as well. So now everything is going to be all in one place. You'll be able to organize and store and use those text assets that you use to win new business, whether that's boilerplate text or testimonials, really whatever your heart desires. So let's go ahead and get into a super quick demo of what this looks like. So CJ, if I can take over that screen share.
Oh, should be
Fantastic.
ready for you. Perfect.
All
See your
right,
screen?
cool. So this is your new text library. It has a place of honor in our top header because it is just as important as your files, your employees, and your projects. So it's all the way up there. Your text assets will be organized by category. So really group similar pieces of text together. And this is completely customizable. Oh man, now I need to log in. Sorry, team. It was working a few minutes ago. This is the danger of live demos here. Fantastic. Back to where we were. Where was I? Categories. Organize them, groups of text together. However many you want and as customizable as you want. And you can see we have our text assets here. So you can take a Toodle, go through, click around, see all your different categories, see all your different text assets. I'll go ahead and move that over there. We also, of course, you'll be able to search for everything you need. So let's search for something like office. And now we can see here that the text asset search is searching the category name, the name of the text asset, and a full text search. So you can search for any word, any phrase within that text asset, and you'll be able to find it super quick and easy. What you're also able to do is you're able to organize your text assets into whatever fields are best for your business. So for something like offices, you probably just have one little blurb that describes each of your wonderful offices. But say you have something like testimonials, you may want to include a field like the client that wrote that testimonial for you, or for your very long list of awards, you might want to say who awarded that, who was the awarding body for that award. So it really just helps you keep all of your information organized as best you can. Now, when you're looking for a text asset to use, you want to be sure that it's the right one, that it's up to date, and you know exactly how to use it. That's where this great little details drawer comes in down here. There's some automatic metadata that is going to be included with each asset. These are going to be pieces of data like when it was last updated. So if this says the piece of data wasn't updated since 2007, maybe choose something that's more recent. But that is all going to be done absolutely automatically for you, so you don't have to worry about it at all. You'll also probably want to share with your users some key information about those assets as well. So potentially information like how to use that text asset, describing the text asset, or maybe even the original source of the text asset. That way, your users can be confident that they've found the assets that they need. It was organized easily, it was easy to find it, and they know that they're using the right asset. So now that they've found it, what are they going to do? You'll be able to one-click copy all of the text within that text asset. So all these fields here, one-click copy, or of course, copying every field individually if you're separating them out. Super easy. You'll also be able to use them in templates. So as CJ was showing earlier with the resume templates and project sheets, this helps make things really efficient and much more quick. So you'll be able to use your text assets in templates as well, which is super exciting to help speed up that proposal process. Now, the last thing I want to share with you about text assets is something that's not even in my demo. So you may be able to hear our amazing team of engineers clacking in the background. They are literally working on this as I speak. What we'll be rolling out into my demos soon is the ability to link text assets with other types of materials in your OpenAsset's system. So link that text asset to a relevant file or employee or project. You may want to do this. So for instance, if you have a fantastic write-up about innovation and you want to show to your potential client projects that you've been really innovative on, you'll be able to have your text asset linked to however many projects that you want to demonstrate. And that way, when you are going to write that proposal, you find your text on innovation, fantastic. There's one project that's really relevant here. Great, I'll just grab that as well. So really getting that holistic overall view. And again, emphasizing that everything is now all in one place. So we are super excited about the new text asset, new text library. It is currently in beta at the moment, so we're getting lots of great feedback that we'll be implementing when we do roll this out to everyone, and that will be in 2025, which is soon. So coming soon, 2025. Really, really excited about text library, and hope y'all are as well. And now to continue talking about exciting things, I'm going to go and hand this back to Dorina, who's going to talk to us about AI.
All right, I'll do the screen share here, Dorina. So give me 1 second.
Amazing. Thank you, team. That was great. Truly, it is an honor to be here with our dream team. I think Hillary, CJ, and I work pretty much every day together. So it's so nice to be able to showcase all of this with y'all. So going into the AI, you saw it here first. CJ guiding you through that live demo of OpenAsset's built-in AI features, showing you how we are transforming AEC marketing and business development workflows. Our AI strategy focuses on 3 pillars that you see here: efficiency, scale, and results. Under efficiency, tools like Content Assist and image similarity streamline asset tagging and retrieval. So it helps save our team's valuable time. For scale, features like you saw AI facial recognition and a favorite of yours, it seems like from the poll, AI visual search, it's seamlessly integrated into existing workflows. So it really enables teams to handle large volumes of content with ease. And finally, results, and where we really want to get to is our Gen AI. So this one will truly shine with the ability to understand and really interpret the data that you have here. Our Gen AI will bring in a more prescriptive approach. So it will help teams make smarter decisions and streamline those workflows. We know, based on the industry report that we just put out there, if you don't have access to it now, please download it. We know that our AEC marketing teams spend a significant time on the bid and proposal process. And our goal is to help shift the focus from purely tactical work to more strategic initiatives. Our clients, anecdotally and through our customer advisory board, have been saying we want to focus on more capture planning and being able to build those client relationships. So what can we do to free up that time and focus on high impact activities like refining those proposals and again, building stronger client relationships and ultimately driving meaningful outcomes and business growth for your firm. So our vision that you see here today and what you've seen live is clear. It's to empower AEC teams with AI-driven insights that make a real impact. So with that, we've tried to get to a lot of questions today. Let's get into the Q&A, shall we? All right, so once again, thank you all for submitting questions throughout the webinar. We were trying to answer most of them. We got over, let me see, we got over like almost 55 questions throughout the webinar. And thank you all for doing that. We're gonna answer some of them live here today. So again, if you have questions, please put them in the Q&A. Let's get into the text library questions first, because that we are just fresh into that live demo from Hillary. And just to reiterate, our text library is currently in closed beta. So we are currently still testing this with a phased approach in different cohorts to really give you all the resources that you need to not only be aware that this is happening, but to activate it more effectively in your firm. So I'm gonna go ahead and call out some of these questions. So Hillary, please partner with me on a lot of these things, because
Of course, I'm ready.
all yours. All right. I am just going to go through them from the top. Would the text library be the one source of truth, replacing other platforms like Deltek?
That is, of course, entirely up to you and entirely how what works best for your business. I've seen a lot of questions come in about, is this part of the integration? For our V1, it is not. So just to be very clear there, at the moment, it will not be part of the Deltek or the Uninet integration. However, our beta clients are on a V1. By the time this actually gets to our first kind of phased launch, they're already going to be on a V2. So we are doing a lot of quick development here, and I see that there's a ton of interest here. So I will absolutely be taking this back to the team and seeing where that may fall in our development process.
Amazing. Thank you, Hillary. We're going to do a rapid fire here. Is rich text formatting possible in the text library?
That is also something that we'll be working on as we continue rolling out more versions.
Awesome. Will the text library fields be manually uploaded or be able to be synced from our CRM?
Same answer as before. For the Deltek and Uninet, that is something we'll be looking into in the future, but it is available on our API. So if that is something that your developers want to work on to sync your CRM or to create a custom integration, absolutely.
Amazing. Once a text library is able to link to specific assets, will a text library be available in the WordPress plugin?
You know, that is a great question. I will sync with our WordPress product manager, and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you for that. All right. Will there be able to bulk upload text assets?
Absolutely. You'll be able to work with our development team our support team to get a bulk upload via a CSV. So you can do hundreds and hundreds all at once.
Can text libraries be linked to more than one category? Or can text assets be linked to more than one category?
Nope, it's really good if you think about your categories as just kind of these overarching themes. Because you do have that full text search, you'll be able to find exactly what you need really quickly without having to kind of go through this folder structure, right? Like we know a lot of the times if you're kind of living in folder chaos, you're relying on someone else's brain of, oh, how did Hillary set up this folder structure? And that's what I have to look at. Whereas when you have your really powerful search, your full text search, you don't have to rely on that kind of tree. You can just find exactly what you need.
Awesome. And really, this one is a fun one for you. When will text library be available and go live?
So like I said, we are working to get this live in the first half of next year, if not earlier. Guys, we are doing our darndest to get this out to you as soon as possible.
That is right. And we are in partnership for that. So we're so excited to get this out there. I love that I saw in the poll results that they are the most excited for text library. So no pressure there, Hillary.
Oh no. No, actually that's fantastic. I am so excited, guys. This has been really awesome to be working with our beta clients to see all of the amazing things that they're doing with this and how much time it's been saving them. So we are so excited to bring this to you.
Great. And for the text library, will there be a guarantee that the text is not used for training the AI LLM? This is essentially uploading texts that are not for the wider public.
100%. 100%. Anything you put in OpenAsset, whether that is a file, project information, or a text asset, that is not trained, or that is not being used to train any sort of AI. You can check out our Trust Center. I'll pop the link in the chat. That is going to be able to give you a lot more information and at a lot more of a technical level than what I'd be able to share right now. But rest assured, your data is your data. We are not training any AI on your data.
All right, I think that was a lot of rapid fire in terms of text library. For the other text library questions, we'll definitely get to them through email, just so we have more time to answer some of the other questions that have been here as well. So a question here is, this is around our AI visual search, but with the advent of AI visual search, do file level keywords still make sense?
I can take that one. I think that was from Caroline. Hi, Caroline. Great to see you on here. So the way that we've kind of been thinking about this is if there's something that you could kind of visually, by looking at the image yourself, kind of pick out as being included in that image, then the AI should be able to do a good job of picking that up. That being said, I think that there will be some scenarios as we launch this that there still will be benefits to having some file level keywords if there are very specific terms that you use, maybe for specific engineering components, or maybe even terminology that really is more unique to your firm versus like an industry standard. So I think we're definitely going to be working closely with our clients, just because there's different systems with different types of content and keywords, but we do see file keywords still coming into play to kind of have that like perfect pairing. But it's going to remove the need to a lot of clients in our across our business. Really, like most of their keywords are things like balcony and trees and stairs. So it'll be nice to not have to lean on keywords for those.
Thank you, CJ. Another one is, how much does OA charge to create templates? And is this something that we can easily do ourselves? I will take this on. So templates come with your base package if you are new to OpenAsset. If you are an existing client, please reach out to your account manager and customer success, and we're happy to work with you on that. But currently, right now, it is managed, and we build that template and make sure that it is based on your brand and it's consistent with how you like it. All right, and then let's do one more question, shall we? All right, this one, I think we got multiple questions on this. Is there a way to save searches for resumes?
I saw that. I think that was, who's that? It was Rebecca or Warren. I can't remember who that was. OpenAsset does have the ability to save searches. So this has been a really great way just to make it easier, like if you're an admin of the system, to create some popular saved searches for your team based on things that they're regularly looking for. And taking that one step further, you can actually like add those and link those to your homepage just for easier access. So I'll follow up with you in more detail. We'll follow up with you via email just with some more information on like how the save search works and what types of searches you can save. And we'll be sure to follow up with you on those resources.
Awesome. Well, we are exactly at time. I want to thank everyone who attended our webinar. I put my email in the chat. Feel free to email me if you have any more questions. We'll follow up on the Q&A here on one-on-one. And also, if you have any feedback, let us know. But thank you all for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day or night. And happy Wednesday, everyone. Thank you, CJ and Hillary. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.